Hey guys, what's good? This is your girl, I am the Bronze Goddess, and I'm actually going to get right into it because I have a lot of key points that I want to bring up. Hopefully you've read the title, and let's go ahead and get started. These are just some of my very favorite job search tips or interviewing tips. I thought I would share this with you guys. I am pretty good at finding a job, but I also, one of the many things you probably guys, some of you know about me if you've been watching me for a while, some of you guys don't. I used to teach college, yes. I was a teacher in college, and I used to do mock interviews with my students, and it really helped me to see some of the mistakes that people make during the interviewing process. And so I thought I would just share this with you guys because you guys kept asking me for it, kept requesting it, so here it is, all right? The first thing is that you want to make sure that your resume is updated. If you know that you're in the job searching market, or you know when you're about tired of your job, so you know when you're getting ready to start looking, go ahead and start updating your resume. You should have a very, very current, professional, flowing resume. I also prefer bullet points on your resume as opposed to sentences, mainly because of the fact that, especially in this job market, the employers don't have the time or don't even want to just take the time to read line by line of your resume. It's best to just have bullet points where they can just kind of take a quick look at it and see whether or not you are qualified. You don't want anything overly complicated, and ideally your resume should be about one page. I've been in my field for several years, almost 14 years to be exact. And it's a struggle to keep my resume on one page, but because I know that employers don't prefer to read 2-3 pages worth of a resume, I make sure that I put the highlighted points in there, the most important points in there, and if you call me in for an interview, we can discuss the rest, but every single thing I've ever done doesn't have to be on there, okay? Also, you may want to do more than one resume. More than one type of resume, or applying for more than one type of position. If you're in a field where you can kind of parlay your education into a couple of different places, have more than one resume where one may highlight strengths that are better suited for a certain job. So yeah, sometimes you may have more than one resume, which I do, because I apply for so many different types of positions. I want to make sure that I have one that's specifically catered for each one. Also, when you go on your interviews, be sure to bring a copy of your resume with you. Don't assume that the employer already has it. I know you sent it to them, but just in case, it always looks professional for you to have a nice, crisp resume that you pull out of a briefcase or like an attaché, whatever. It always looks nice to have a nice resume, ready to present to them, just to kind of refresh them as to who you are and what you're about. Also, you never, ever, ever say anything bad about your former job. You don't want to bash your old job. I don't care how bad it was. I don't care if this employer starts bashing your job. It's tacky, and it looks bad on you if you do that. And a lot of times, even though they may gossip with you and they may talk about your job with you, it's a bad sign to them because they can figure that you would do the same thing to this job if you don't like this job. So it's tacky, so don't do it. No matter how bad your old job was, just say, I moved on because it was time, or I felt like I was going in a different direction, or I wanted an opportunity to grow, and basically, or I had maxed out my time at that particular position, and I want to do something else. I want to see what else is out there. Things like that, but don't just be like, I hated it there. They gossip too much. Whether it's the truth or not, don't do it. Okay. Make sure that you get references, and make sure that your references know that you're using them. Don't just have people receive random calls from potential jobs and you didn't warn them. You have to kind of quiz them, make sure you know what they're going to say, and tell them ahead of time so they can be prepared. The best time to me to send out a resume is normally on a Monday. I normally get the Sunday paper, and I highlight all the ones that I like, and I normally send my resume off first thing Monday morning. Monday or Tuesday. I like to do it early in the week. I like to do it early in the week because if they're interested, I want to give them plenty of time for them to call me in for an interview. If you do it on a Thursday or a Friday, especially on a Friday, just imagine how you feel on a Friday. You're not worrying about work. You're excited about your weekend and everything. So to me, Monday morning is the best time to send a resume. And I do it first thing Monday morning, like before they even open, because I want my resume to be right there at the fax machine so that you'll get their attention right away. As soon as you get to work, they see my resume, they're ready to go. But yeah, that works. That really, really works. Because sometimes they call me in. Another thing is sometimes they call you in that very same day. Always have your outfit for your interview ready. always have an emergency plan ready. If you know you have childcare issues or transportation issues or things like that, make sure that you have an emergency situation ready. Because a lot of times people call me, especially for jobs, they're like, can you come in today or can you come in tomorrow? And you can't just be like, I don't have a sitter. That looks bad. Because you don't want to be acting like you have childcare issues. Even if you do, you don't want them to know that. You want to get the job first, and then you can show them, flaws and idiosyncrasies and all your little issues. But you don't show them that right away. Always have a plan. Always have your outfit ready. Transportation, all that stuff ready. And we're talking about outfits. That's the biggest thing, the biggest no-no that I used to get on my students about. Neck tattoos and showing all your tattoos. No, if you're going in for a professional interview, you should be hiding your tattoos. If you have a piercing, that's awesome. Don't rock that piercing to the interview, though. Unless you're getting ready to work at a tattoo parlor or you're getting ready to work at a place where they do piercings. But if you're doing for a professional interview, you need to hide all your personality. You need to hide that. That's crazy hair color. That's crazy makeup or earrings or jewelry. Everything that you wear should be understated. I would say something that you wear to church, but some of them girls at church be trying to get it. Not church. Not everybody's church. Wear something that's classic. Stick with simple colors like black, gray, brown, kind of neutral colors. No bold colors. I know that you are a diva, and I know that you know how to beat your face and all of that, and you got style and pizzazz, and you got the perfect shoes. I understand that, but this is not the time. You can slowly but surely start bringing that stuff out once you get the job. But before you get the job, you want to show them, put your best foot forward. Nothing tight, nothing short, no cleavage, none of that. No tattoos, no whole bunch of piercings. You got all this piercing stuff. Like, people make a lot of assumptions, and even though it's not fair and it's not correct, you do not want to be ruled out before anybody even gives you an opportunity. So you definitely want to dress the part. That is major. I don't prefer open-toed shoes either. Nothing like that. Your manicure or whatever, stay everything understated. You can slowly but surely introduce your personality once you get the job, but before you do, you hide all of that. Also, let's see what else. Never give too much personal information. You don't want to be talking about your boyfriend or your baby daddy or anything like that. Keep it strictly professional. Talk business. And also you want to make sure that you are very friendly and smiley and bubbly, because nobody wants to work around somebody who they feel is depressed. And a lot of times, I had a situation one time where I interviewed with a doctor, and he had me go to lunch with his staff. And one of the reasons why he said it is because he said they're going to be working with you more than I am, and so I need to know that you can get along well with my staff. And that's really key. That's really, really huge. If you got an attitude with the girl at the front desk, do you think she's going to tell the doctor anything good about you or whoever anything good about you when you leave? No. You want everybody to like you and want you to be the part of that team. Almost every job I ever got, I knew that I had a good chance because normally the girls would be like, we like you, or you seem like you would fit in. They would tell me that like on the low. And I knew it was because like trying to be bubbly, trying to be smiley, saying, just being friendly. Those girls, believe it or not, even though they may not be the person who is hiring, they may not be the hiring manager, they still have a little bit of clout. And one bad word from one of them can really turn off an employer, because if they feel like you're going to have problems, why would they bring you in? So you want to be friendly no matter what. I know sometimes they have bad attitudes, but they got what you want right now. What else? Voicemail messages, email addresses, and all that kind of stuff. Hold on, mouse. All of that stuff has to be professional. I once had an interview. I was looking over some resumes for some of my students, and the girl's email address was little sexy little rebel 77 or something like that. Girl, no ma'am. If you have a stank email address or an email address that you know is way too much, you need to change it. You need a professional email address. Ideally, your first and last name, or the first letter of your first name and your last name, something like that. Your messages on your answering machine can't be like, hey y'all, what's up? It's Kiki. No. Everything should be professional. Your email address, your answering machine message, everything. You can get your personality back, but you may not be able to display it while you're interviewing. So outfits should be understated, resumes should be professional, and everything else should be in line. Keep in mind, they're watching you the whole time, and you can do what you want once you get the job. But the key thing is knowing what to do to get the job. I know this has been really fast and condensed. I hope this was helpful anyway, though. But yeah, I will see you guys soon, and I love you guys. Later, divas. Deuces.